if you were in our shoes, what could we do to help you find your child?
I don't know.
What more can we do? Do you have a computer at home?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever send, what's the nanny's name?
Zenaida.
Did you ever send her any emails? Or
her
did she
email accounts bounced back. I've tried twice. I tried twice this morning. She had email.
Even when y'all were in good times, would she send emails back and forth?
On occasion. We would talk online, not usually through email.
So you stayed at your ex-boyfriend's house the 9th of this month, when you're staying at your other boyfriend's house, Tony, the rest of the month?
He'd been out of town, so he was staying over at another friend's place while he was gone. I wasn't staying in his apartment. I was staying with Amy and Ricardo and JP. JP and Ricardo owned the house.
So why didn't you tell us you were staying there? We drove right by the house this morning, didn't we, when we went to the... Okay, and you're putting it at this old folks' home, which is another lie, right? Because Annie never lived there. Am I correct? Okay, why were you pointing at this old folks' home and saying Zanny lived there at one point when she didn't?
Because she had gone there before. I'd seen her there.
She went to the old folks' home?
Yes.
But you never dropped your kid off to her at an old folks' home. You never went into the old folks' home and went to an apartment with her.
No.
Is the baby's daddy actually dead?
That's a good question. Who's going to find her?
Would you?
I still have a copy of the obituary at home.
I mean, you've told us so many untruths right now. I'm confused.
Yes.
Would your parents be upset if you had given the baby back to the daddy and to take back for his grandparents, or for his parents to take care of?
He passed away last year. We hadn't even talked much before that.
Let me ask you this. Is the obituary in your office?
No. I think I have a copy of the obituary. There's no office, so there's no anything anywhere. We've made that clear already.
Right.
So if I have a copy of it still, it would be on my computer at home. I'm pretty sure I kept that. I don't think it's something that we've gotten rid of.
Man, she can tell a whopper. You are hearing more of the just-released audio tapes of police interrogation of Mom Casey Anthony. Mom Casey Anthony, in case you haven't heard, is back behind bars right now. She is facing charges piling up, a total of 10 charges that could land her 67 years in the penitentiary. What's the holdup? Let's do as Angelo in New York says, take her to trial, get her some hard jail time, see if she cracks. Is that the only way we will ever find little Kelly? We are taking your calls live and playing you those audio tapes just released. But very quickly to the lawyers, did you hear that? Did you hear her say, yeah, she took my daughter, she's had her now for over a month, and I tried to email her twice, but oops, it bounced back. Jason Ocean's thoughts?
Listen, she's obviously very good and polished at what she's doing. I think you're right. Law enforcement's intent is to try and get these small, minor felony charges against her, and perhaps they could get her to crack when she's in prison.
I don't need a lawyer to tell me that. Angelo in New York just called that one in. But what's the likelihood she's going to crack, Mazzarello?
I don't think she's going to crack. She's smooth. What I didn't like about the tapes, Nancy, is between the first interview and the second interview, they deemed her to be a suspect at that second interview. It was an interrogation. She was entitled to an attorney. They should have Mirandized her. They did not. That bothered me.
You know what? They did Mirandize her.
I didn't hear that.
I hear you chiming in. Good point.
Well, that was at the end. At the end of that second interrogation.
They swore her, Jason, and said, is this true? They didn't Mirandize her. They said, is it true?
Comes at the beginning.
I didn't hear that.
They didn't swear her in till the very end.
That's because I've only played you a few moments.
No,
As a matter
Nancy,
of fact,
we heard the whole thing. We heard both tapes. We heard in the entirety.
There is a signed Miranda form. I assume she can read. Take a listen to this.
So wait a minute. So you're more afraid of your mom's reaction than you are if you ever see your daughter again?
No, I'm absolutely petrified. Absolutely petrified. I know my mom will never forgive me. I'm never going to forgive myself because there's that chance that I might not see Caylee again, and I don't want to think about that.
We need to stop this lie. Your mother has called me countless times today, okay? And that's why my phone keeps going off. Countless times because your mother knows, your father knows, everyone around you knows that you have lied completely and absolutely from the get-go. Everyone knows. Why you're not coming out with it, why you're not telling us the truth, no one has an answer to. The only person that has an answer to that is you. And this is what we're trying to implore upon you. You need to tell us the truth about what happened to Caylee. It's not that she was with someone and you didn't call. That's not the truth.
It is the truth.
That's not the truth. You need to tell.
Absolutely.
No, it's not the truth. See, we can't get past that unless you go ahead and tell us the
There's
truth.
nothing to get past because that is the truth.
Out to the lines to Sharon in Wisconsin. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, I love your show.
Thank
I want to
you.
know is her mother keeps claiming that they're getting leads in Mexico on little Caylee.
Yes.
Why aren't they over there checking Mexico out? And is there any proof to these phone calls that her mother's been getting?
To Natisha Lance, our producer, standing by there at the Orange County Jail. Why aren't they in Mexico following up on those leads? And what about the rest of the question, Natisha?
Well, Cindy Anthony says that these are tips that she has turned over to the Orange County Sheriff's Department. However, they have not followed up on these tips. But according to them, they said that they are following up on every tip that is credible.
Let's go out to famed forensic scientist joining us tonight, Lawrence Koblinski. Kobe, thank you for being with us.
Pleasure.
Question. Every day that she stonewalls and Caylee's remains are not found is another day of decomposition. What does it mean to you?
Well, it means that as time goes on, as a body decays, evidence is lost. I mean, if the child is deceased and it's been 3 months, then valuable evidence is being lost on clothing, on the body. Cause of death may never be known, and the case now hinges on physical evidence that is available rather than the evidence that is not available.
We are taking a look at some of that evidence right now. It is called behavioral evidence. Take a listen to what Mom Casey Anthony says in these newly released audio tapes of her interrogation.
Our purpose in coming here was to do what? Go where?
I guess there wasn't a purpose. There wasn't a purpose whatsoever to come up here.
So we're wasting time, valuable time, that ought to be spent looking for your daughter.
I'm trying to think of places where I know she's been.
You're not answering my question. Do you want us to help?
Yes,
you want to help us find your daughter?
I do want you to
Well,
help.
then you need to help. Then a good starting point would be to answer the questions, okay? If I say to you, we're here because, and then you just ignore that, like as if I never asked it, and go off in some other direction, is that answering the question?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go through this again. We're here because. We got here how? To do what?
Because I lied. Because I brought you up here. And honestly, I was reaching for
No, stop
another
right
avenue.
there. I want you to tell me how lying to us is going to help us find your daughter.
It's not going to.
Huh?
It's not going to.
Out to Leonard Padilla, bounty hunter from California, who first helped Casey Anthony get out behind bars, then came off that bond. The sound we just played a few moments ago where police confronted her about pointing to an apartment building saying, well, she also lived there. It's an old folks' home. And my question is, even if there really is a Zenaida Gonzalez, which there's not, that she left the baby with, if that were true, why would she tell police the wrong address for the woman?
Well, the reason she took him and told him about apartment 210 is because she has friends that live at 218. There's also another thing that's very interesting that just came up here last week. There's a William Waters that works at a restaurant down the street from where her boyfriend Anthony lives, and somebody linked Zenaida Gonzalez, who was the one that filled out the application at the Sawgrass Apartments. They linked her through a Laura Rose, trying to make it look like she had communication with Lee and Casey through William Waters. I don't know exactly what that means, and I don't know if law enforcement has checked that out, but obviously it was a ruse
Leonard,
to see that.
You have been in the home. I believe that Cindy and George are getting these tips. Are they?
No. No. They're...
Zanny has never worked here. How do you explain that?
She has an ID. She has an ID with her name on it.
Just like you have an ID?
I do have an ID. Somewhere at my house. Both of my parents have seen it. Both of my parents know that I've worked here. I used to have an office.
Now, just like you have an office?
No, I don't have an office now.